So we're working our way through all of the basic compass and straight edge constructions that there are. We're nearly at the end now. The second to the last thing we're going to do is we are going to construct an angle that's congruent to a given angle. Let's see how that looks. All right, so I've got that angle there with the vertex at A, and I've got a line here with a point A prime marked. So I want to construct an angle whose vertex is at A prime that is congruent to angle A. So once again, I'm going to take my compass, I'm going to open it up to some distance, and just like we did in the angle bisecting construction, I'm going to mark the two sides of angle A, and I'm also, with that same distance, going to mark a distance on the other line. All right, so let's label these points. I'm going to call this point B, I'm going to call this point C, and I'm going to call this point B prime. All right, so if I imagine a rigid transformation that takes this angle to where this angle is going to be, this is how AB gets to A prime B prime. It's the right distance. I just need to translate and rotate it a bit. I just need to figure out where the point C prime is going to be, and I will be good to go with this construction. So I know I can guess that C prime is going to be somewhere on this arc because I know the distance from A to C, and so the distance from A prime to C prime has to be somewhere along this arc. The question we've got is, how do I know which point on that arc is the one where C prime should actually go? What other piece of information do I have in this construction that would let me specify exactly where C prime should be? Well, the one thing that I know is up here, I know the distance between B and C. So I'm gonna measure my compass, change the size to be the distance from B to C. And now what can I do with my compass now that it's at this new size? Well, I know that the distance from B prime to C prime should be that same distance. So I'll put my compass at B prime. And once again, X marks the spot. So this point where those two arcs meet, this is the right distance from A prime and it's the right distance from B prime. So this is exactly where my C prime should be. So I'm going to take my straight edge and connect A prime to C prime. And I have achieved my goal. I constructed an angle that is congruent to angle A. Okay, so that's what you need to do in order to construct an angle that's congruent to a given angle. In the next video, we're going to do the last of our kind of toolbox constructions, which is going to be using this in order to solve another problem. But first, we're going to take a little bit of a detour and talk a little bit about parallel lines, because that's going to be what we're going to do in our final construction.